I won't take too long, given all the other people with such great insights that we are going to hear from today. We are all here because the subject of physical activity interests us in some way or the other. Or we like being around smart, fit, and motivated people. Or, like Nandan suggested, some of us didn't get tickets to the Trevor Noah show. And maybe those are several of the reasons why we are here. So whatever be your motivation, on behalf of the Sports and Society Accelerator and the Isaac Family Foundation, we welcome you to this conversation. I want to use this opportunity to provide some background on why we are having this conversation and on how our organization, the Sports and Society Accelerator, or SSA as we call it, is looking at the issues and to open up the debate to our panelists today, as well as to each of you, on how we can lead the change in our personal, professional, and public spheres. Look around us, and there are many crises. When it comes to matters such as climate change, the scale of the challenge can often debilitate us and incapacitate us. This is not the case with the growing crisis of adequate physical activity, however. We can all do something about every day, literally one step at a time. That is empowering to know and meaningful in so many ways. But first of all, why do we have this crisis? And why do we call it one? According to one of WHO's latest global reports, 81% of adolescents and 27.5% of adults currently do not meet its recommended levels of physical activity. India's country profile shows inactivity levels in excess of 70% for adults, coupled with a 66% mortality rate due to non-communicable diseases, or NCDs as they are known, such as cardiovascular disease and diabetes, where the data is deeply concerning. In each of these statistics, women and girls are worse off than the average. The critical societal function of having an active population has not been discussed and studied with the same urgency as many other issues. This could partly be because both its causes and its consequences are multifactorial. Access to facilities, social and economic barriers to participation, urban and rural layout challenges, busy lives with limited discretionary time, parental and societal messaging, and several others, all of these play a part in how active a nation can be and is. Equally, the potential of what adequate physical activity and sport can achieve for a country or society as a whole is eye-opening. It covers the gamut of better physical and mental health, productivity, leadership development, better aging, and the ecosystem impact on livelihoods. Particularly noteworthy here is the role that physical activity can play in reducing NCDs such as diabetes, hypertension, coronary heart disease, certain cancers, delay the onset of Alzheimer's, as well as dementia, and also, as per the most recent WHO report on the matter, reduce the immediacy of mortality. To set context, NCDs cause 71% of worldwide deaths each year. And more than 15 million of the premature deaths in the world are caused by NCDs for those aged between 30 to 69 years and are projected to result in an estimated $47 trillion loss to the global economy between 2010 and 2030. The good news, however, is that the gains of consistent PA have been shown to be available to all age groups, gender, and socioeconomic classes. And its cumulative positive economic impact is globally estimated at between $1.2 and $1.7 trillion between 2020 and 2030. As SSA, we have taken the mission of making universal physical activity a national priority. Our vision is to achieve universal participation in physical activity in India by 2047, with every child playing and every adult active. Our approach is to build an ecosystem where everyone can participate to the goal of universal play as both contributor and beneficiary. We call this Mission 100. Our initial work has been in research and policy, awareness and salience building, and capacity building. We work with governments, civil society, and private sector participants across a wide range of areas in order to make PA and sport a national imperative and accessible to everyone. On the research front, we are collaborating with Dalberg Advisors on the state of play in India, an initiative that is the first of its kind research and impact evaluation of the physical activity and sports sector in India. Our first 4-state report will be released in the first quarter of 2024. In February 2023, we in fact first released a discussion brief for the initiative at a roundtable event chaired by the G20 Sherpa, that was attended by representatives from government, private sector, civil society, and international organizations. In terms of policy, we work closely with policymakers at the national and state level to advise on projects, share leading practices, and offer insights on how policies can better support sports and society. We are currently working with the Niti Aayog and a couple of the state governments, among other institutional arrangements. On the awareness and capacity building front, we have been actively collaborating with partner organizations and engaging in ecosystem building. We recently launched Playmakers in April, a collaborative by and for the Indian Sports for Society movement. Convened by SSA, it is led by 4 anchor members: Pro Sport Development, Elm Sports Foundation, Sports Village Foundation, and Nandi Foundation. We are also currently working on a data-led evidence framework for monitoring and evaluation in India, and a sports social impact measurement framework that we have just started to build with UNESCO. We are currently also in the initial stages of creating the Active India Innovation Lab, which will eventually be a collaborative entity between academia and practitioners to run pilot projects, nudge experiments and studies on physical activity and habit formation and transformation, including through the use of emerging technologies. I'll conclude here by thanking all of you for joining us and supporting our vision to get every Indian moving and benefiting from each step they take towards being active. In our journey so far, we have been fortunate to meet a few people who have given our cause confidence and support, and it is my honor to invite one of them, Mr. Ajit Isaac of the Isaac Family Foundation, to deliver our keynote address. Mr. Isaac, over to you.